So in summary, number one, having Iman is recognizing that uncertainty is the way that we practice Iman. That is literally what it means to have Iman, is staring at uncertainty. We're going to stare at uncertainty. And having certainty in Allah in the uncertainty of the dunya, that is having Iman. And that is evidenced by our hope, not limiting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's power and mercy. And recognizing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can transform me and can transform anything in the world. And He is the one that is in control, modeled, as we mentioned, by the example of Uncle Khalid, rahmatullah alayhi, and our brothers and sisters in Gaza and many parts around the world, right? We talked about action. Number one, having the individual responsibility centered immediately. I need to make tawbah. I need to get my act together. I need to improve my life. I can't keep abusing people around me. I can't keep neglecting my spiritual health. These are things, these fitan are reminders for us to dig deep and engage back within, right? Secondly, engaging the community and then following the lead of the experts when it comes to advocacy. And that advocacy work is going to look differently depending on the context that Allah has put us in. Some of us have a higher degree of responsibility than others. Some have platforms, some do not. Some are experts in, advocacy, others are not. Some are imams, some are mental health practitioners. Everyone has a particular role, and understanding that role of yours is one of the most important lessons in times like this. And then finally, preserving unity is a return to wisdom. Doing that which is appropriate in the time that's appropriate, in the way that is appropriate, not rushing in ways that may create more harm than actual good. And as a final note, we mentioned that returning to Surah Hujurat as a grand framework for community and for unity in a time like this, inshallah, will benefit us greatly. That is my reminder to myself. These are some of the ways that I try to navigate this. I try not to rush to conclusions. I don't always succeed. None of us are always going to succeed. I try to every single night before I sleep, I make dua. I make dua for those who are oppressed. I make dua for those who are struggling. And I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for what He has given me, so that I remember, no matter how bleak it looks, Allah still given me blessing. And as a conclusive note, a lot of us may find comfort in reflecting on Allah's knowledge. We don't really know the wisdom of these things. Whenever we question, why is this happening? What is my response? What I have found to be the greatest healing technique is looking at those most directly affected and seeing how they're responding. And that is why I am not the same person after October 7th, because I've witnessed a faith in our brothers and sisters in Gaza that I think a lot of us needed to see, and it transformed us. If our brothers and sisters in Gaza are saying Alhamdulillah despite those circumstances, then I need to develop the courage and the strength to say Alhamdulillah in my circumstances, if I hope to continue advocating for them and all of our brothers and sisters who are struggling.